Hi everyone. So today I want to talk about three things that took me quite a while to really get, but I'll give it to you in 5 minutes. That's the beauty of these 5 minutes about art. Three things: intuition, imagination, inspiration. Do you know the difference? What is intuition? Intuition is knowledge before all experience. So intuition is the Venus of Willendorf, for example, that felt figure, that beautiful carved female body. Intuition are archetypes, myths, before things we know that somehow, before we have experienced them. Imagination, the word imagination comes from the Latin imago, meaning picture. And you can best remember imagination by thinking of when you look into a flame of a candle, you look at the flame, you can see it, then you shut your eyes and you can see it in your mind's eye, right? That's your imagination. So you've got a picture and then you make your own picture from that, what you've seen. It's never going to be exactly the same. The candle flame in your mind's eye is not the same as the candle burning in front of you. You add your own spiritual, personal element to it. So you drive your senses, your sight, your hearing, your smell, your touch to the world, and the world has its own waves that it's sending out. And where they come together, that is where your imagination takes place. You make your own picture of the world from this point. Inspiration. Now, inspiration, you have to think, can forms speak from the spiritual world to us? And by that I mean, for example, we had the Platonic forms, which were hexagonals and octagons and so on and so forth. In the world, as we see it, you can't walk out down the street and see a triangle. You can't walk down the street and see a perfect sphere. But somehow we know these forms exist. For example, musicians, they haven't got a source that they can work from. They can't normally, and maybe Mahler did it a bit, put in birdsong. It's their interpretation of the birdsong, okay? They've got that's a little bit of a pre-thing, but really, an orchestra, music is purely inspiration. It has no matter, a bit like maths. You can't go down the street and see 2 + 2 = 4 on the ground, unless some child's drawn it there, but it has no matter. And therefore it's all in the mind. And now the question, can these shapes speak to us from beyond? Maybe, who knows? I don't. So those are your three things: intuition, knowledge before all wisdom, all experience, knowing before all experience, meaning myths, archetypes, very old things. Imagination, where you've got a model and then you make your own from it. You're driving your senses to the world, and it's your pictorial perception of the world, which is unique to you because you have your own experiences. And inspiration, which is the things that come to you from seemingly nowhere, beyond a maths formula, a beautiful piece of music. Where does it come from? Your brain. It's inspired. So there you go. 3 terms to think about this week. I hope that's helped. And of course, when I make a piece of art, even if I'm working from the real thing, this is, you can't see it very well because of the lighting, I'm sorry, but a piece of woodland walk up the road. But I saw what I wanted, and my imagination added my own spiritual element to it and made it something that is different, that is hopefully more universal and in a way moves. Because as I said before, movement means something is alive. That was very much Goethe's thing. He said, if it's moving, it's alive. If it's still, if it's become and doesn't move, it's dead. But I want to remind you of the 3 things that I said before: intuition, inspiration, and imagination. And as artists, we of course work with all three. Thank you very much. Bye bye.